what do I do tomorrow morning? And nothing. Like this thing was my life and now it's gone. You get an idea for anything, you go. But I went to my first class, sucked, but I liked it. You pay attention mostly to how it feels, whether you get a result or not.
All my life I've had great ideas. I have them, I jump into them. Now there's like just pure happiness and bliss every day, but no career entrepreneur idea, which I'm surprised. It's like,
It's okay. That's normal. Experiment. Say yes. Go to more things.
Like this, yeah.
Like this, like something else, right? You get an idea for anything, you go, right? This will happen in life, and you'll go through these phases where we have absolute certainty, and then you need to focus 100% on that thing and push as hard as you can. But then at some point, you may lose the interest, you may lose the passion, you may want to move on to something else. And then your funnel widens. Say, I don't know what I want to do, so I'm going to try everything. And then when you find the next thing that you love, you narrow it back down. So when I was in my first company, it was biotech software. It's all I did for 3 years, like all in. I woke up, I did that. I didn't hang out with friends. I had no money to anyway. I didn't have a girlfriend. Like that's all I did was work on this business. And then we sold the company. And then it was amazing. I had cash in my bank account, awesome. But what do I do tomorrow morning? And nothing. Like this thing was my life, and now it's gone. And so now instead of doing one thing only every day, like what am I interested in? So I was interested in a bunch of stuff that went nowhere. But one of them was raising capital. I never had to raise capital for my business. So I thought, okay, I'm going to connect with a venture capital company. And they brought me in. And there were 4 guys in their 60s or 70s. And they all knew the street and knew how to raise capital and were super connected. But they didn't have the ties to young entrepreneurs, so I came in and helped them get more entrepreneurs through the system. And I did that for a year and a half until I started doing this more of helping entrepreneurs and speaking on my website and eventually YouTube and all that stuff, right? So you just chase down what is interesting to you. You come up with an idea, you just do it. You expose yourself to more things. Get out of your routine. Walk a different way than normal in the morning, right? Go to a different coffee shop than normal. Get more variety into your schedule, and you're going to get something. Something will come to you. And as soon as you get an idea, even if it sounds stupid, go ride the horse, right? And see what happens. And don't put so much, this is where we also fall down. We put so much pressure on finding the next thing. Like this horse has to be the next thing or I'm out, right? Don't do that. You go and you just see, did you like it? When I first started salsa dancing, it was just a fun thing to try. I wasn't very good at it. I didn't learn dancing growing up. I'm tall, so I take big steps. I don't speak Spanish. It's like all these things against me. Logically, it makes 0 sense. But I went to my first class, sucked, but I liked it. Like it was fun. It was fun for me. So I kept going back and doing more and more and more. And then I got better. And now I own a dance studio, right? You never know how it's going to, if you told me you're going to own the largest salsa dance school in the country, maybe North America, like, you're crazy. That makes 0 sense, man. But then here we are, right? Just by saying yes and following the thing that you love doing, even if you are not good at it. Because you can acquire any skill with enough practice at it. What will keep you practicing? The love of the game.
And what if you're doing what you love and you're trying to find as many actions to do what you love? Can you speak on that a little bit?
So he has his big mission that he wants to go off and accomplish. Yeah. Awesome. What's the path to get there? Like he doesn't know yet. He's trying. He's doing a bunch of things, but massive action towards that end goal, and you'll find the path that ends up being the best for you. Maybe it's speaking on stages, maybe it's making videos, maybe it's doing coaching, maybe it's doing Instagram Lives. Say yes to everything. You try it. And all of them can work. That's the thing. When I bought this company, I hired Alex to run it, and I said, there are 10 different ways that we can grow this business. One of them has to be thought leadership, where you're an expert and you're sharing your advice. If you're working with me, that has to be a part of what we do. You can pick one more out of these 9, right? Which one is the one that you feel most connected to? And so he's looking at all 9. You can try all a little bit, but I need you to pick one eventually. And it's the one that you feel the most connected to, because all of them can work. There's a million ways to make it work, and it's worked for lots of people. Which is the one that will work for Raymond? I don't know, until you go off and you start doing it. And you pay attention mostly to how it feels, whether you get a result or not, right? Like you're doing your monthly events, right?
Weekly, monthly, yeah, now annually.
Awesome. More important right now than how many people show up to each one is how does it make you feel? Because if it makes you feel amazing, you'll keep doing it. If it's just a strategy, you're going to give up. I was talking to a guy today who was doing a millennial podcast and talking about similar things. So if podcasting is a hot trend, okay, awesome. If you're just doing podcasting because it's a trend, you're going to lose because you're going up against people who love it. But if you're doing podcasting and you love it, you have a chance to win. But how do you know if you love it? You go off and do it. But you don't need to buy all the fancy stuff. You just get your phone and today make your first podcast and say, hey, I'm starting a podcast. This is episode 1. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but that's part of the fun. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow's episode coming tomorrow. Post, right? Like that's idea to action. Expect it to suck at the beginning and just keep going. So you have a big vision? Yes. You have 100 ideas. The worst thing you can do is just make a list of ideas. The best thing you can do is attack each one of them, the 2% difference, and just pay attention to how it makes you feel. Invariably, here's what's going to happen. You come up with a list of 20 different things that you could do to further your mission. You want to help people express themselves more. You got 20 different ideas. Here's what you do. Say, I'm going to assign half an hour to each of these ideas and just see how it goes. What's going to happen, you'll do half an hour on this, half an hour on this, half an hour. You start doing half an hour, and then one of them, you end up doing 20 hours on. You just get lost in it. That's the one. Right? Where you feel super committed to, that you're not tracking the time anymore, that you just love doing, and you'll figure it out. If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have 2 options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.